So, I've played GTA 3 for the first time ever in 2026, and it really surprised me. So, everyone says GTA 3 is one of the most important and one of the most substantial games in the gaming industry, right? It was the game that brought Grand Theft Auto to third person, which is what we have almost every game being today, in third person, especially open world games. But I have actually never played it. The only games for the Grand Theft Auto series that I've played was GTA 2 back when I was a kid, and obviously, like everybody and their mother is in the world, GTA 5. But I never really touched this series, which is kind of insane, right? As big as it is, I found myself really feeling like I had a big hole left. And I wanted, before GTA 6 releases, I wanted to go back and play every single one of the GTA games, or at least the main ones, and the only ones I can actually get my hands on, in the release orders, and basically seeing how they hold up and how Rockstar managed to improve themselves every game, and basically seeing what Rockstar's mindset in every game will be, or at least their mindset in general, how do they think when they make a game? What do they want to put in a game? So there's not going to be any nostalgia here, no childhood memories. This is all completely new, me just finishing the game. And yeah, the whole series is just going to be like that, just completely first new takes on this series. So my opinions may be different from a lot of people because I'm playing it for the first time here, and I'm judging them as games I'm playing right now because I want to see if they hold up in time, even if they're still fun today. So I'll say it right off the bat, after finishing GTA 3, this one does not feel like an outdated game to me. I was actually surprised. I really thought this game is going to be one of those games that I'm gonna have a hard time playing, and I'm gonna have to push myself just trying to finish it, to get through the marathon and all that. But I'm surprised. I really enjoyed this game. Basically, I don't feel like it's outdated. I just think it has some outdated mechanics, okay? And that's a very big difference. Like I said, I expected this to be clunky and frustrating and something I would just not want to finish, but I really had fun. So let's start off with actually the story. So the story here is very simple, which makes sense. This was the first time ever doing something like that, so it's fine. It's not something I felt like I needed a full super complicated story. You basically play as Claude, which is a character that is a silent protagonist type of character, which never speaks throughout the whole game. And most of the actual cutscenes in the game, especially when I'm comparing it to something like Grand Theft Auto 5, which this is the only game I'm kind of familiar with, the cutscenes are very short. They're basically just someone telling you, look, go here, do this. It's very simple, basic kind of jobs you have to do. It's not much of a story. It feels more like you're just getting money, which is part of a job, which is technically what your character is doing. So it's not it's not it takes you out, that's what the character really wants to do. But you don't have any cinematic moments like you see in GTA 5 or Red Dead Redemption 2, which again, not that I would expect anything like that, but just wanting to put this as a perspective of someone who did play more kind of the newer games. But I gotta say, even though it is very simpler compared to the later games, there's something really fun about it. I gotta be honest with you feel you're just this small criminal, trying to survive in this world of a bunch of crime, and you kind of feel like you're that character. You feel I want to do this job, I want to get paid. You feel you are really good at I don't know, driving and killing people and shit. So I want to get money for it, you know what I mean? And the pacing of the missions are super fast. The game has around 70 missions, I think, and I finished it in 15 hours, which is crazy. I think the newer games have way lower mission count, but the hours are longer because every mission is a bit longer. Now, if there's something I wasn't a big fan of in this game as a whole, is the difficulty. Now, not because the game is super hard, but I feel sometimes this game was just not fair, at all. In the beginning, everything kind of feels very straightforward, But near the end, some of the missions became like extremely difficult, like to the point of insanity. Like basically I had to like literally like every single mission I had to like do 5 to 6 to 8 times. Like it was crazy. And I felt like I was like getting to the point where I was really good at the game. I didn't feel like I was bad or like, oh, I failed that because I was making a mistake. No, I felt like the game just wanted something super precise and something that was out of my control. One of the best examples of that would be like one of the missions where you have to like destroy like 9 targets within like a time limit of like 9 minutes or something, and the game does not tell you where they are. Like you have to go look out for them, like fail the missions and start over again, only to like just figure out where they are in the world, which is like, that's crazy. And also the game does not have any checkpoints at all. If you fail the mission, you just start from the beginning. You have to like do the whole thing again, which includes the whole drive to where the mission starts, which is like, that just takes too long. That just feels like a waste of time. Like even with all that said, the one thing that actually surprised me here was the world. The world actually kind of feels pretty amazing compared to like knowing the fact that this is a game that came out in 2001. Like the game, like the Liberty City actually feels like it is alive. Like there is traffic, there are pedestrians. Again, I thought this game was going to be super dated, and for the most part, these are things that we kind of expect to see in modern games, and they make modern games more alive, and they're here. Like, you know, the police like do things because you like because of your actions. Like it feels like something that actually exists, and you know, even if you wouldn't be here, the city wouldn't be alive, which I think that's crazy. So it's not as detailed and as reactive as, you know, the later games, but it's crazy. Like you don't have like insane amount of activities to do here, but I feel like, you know, the world by itself is kind of just feels good, you know. And especially when you compare to the fact that this is their first time making a third person, you know, 3D open world. You know? Now, you cannot talk about Grand Theft Auto without talking about the radio. The radio here was so good. This was the first time you start seeing the Rockstar writing and humor kind of start slipping through, because most of the cutscenes, like I said, they don't have much cutscenes, like they don't have much characters, actual dialogue characters, you know what I mean? So I think the radio was the one part that felt like, yeah, you had like the news and the commercials and all the funny stuff you normally would kind of associate with the Grand Theft Auto, which I think that's great. One thing I kind of realized, especially after looking at some of the other games in the series, that there are no more motorcycles in this game at all. Which, you know, if you don't think about it, you wouldn't notice it. But after like starting Vice City, I noticed like how many motorcycles are in that game. So that definitely felt different. Certain things like, you know, water just killing you automatically is a bit annoying. You can't swim, which is kind of a bit of a bummer. But again, this was still an old game, so it's not something I would take for it. And yeah, like some things that were annoying, again, like I said, the mission structures, some of that stuff, but I feel like the freedom of the game and the world and the way some of the structure, like from the mission, still feels like it is something you would see today. You know, I think that's really, all of these things just make for really great experiences that I had. So in general, is GTA 3 still worth playing in 2026? Think absolutely. Like I think still, especially if you want to see how Rockstar started this whole idea, it is amazing to see. Like I think like even if you won't expect something like super big, like you're gonna have fun. Like even with some of the hard missions in the end, like I don't think they literally like they didn't frustrate you to the point of like not wanting to finish it, you know. And yeah, this game really surprised me. Now I'm actually kind of really excited to see what's gonna be up. So yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to GTA Vice City. You know, I'm super interested to see how they managed to improve in just 1 year, and I'm hoping to like be the one to compare it and see things, how they were different to what I experienced in GTA 3, and see how Vice City kind of works and compares. So yeah, if you guys are excited for GTA 6, which I assume if you're in this video probably are, and you want to join me through this whole history and this whole marathon, so yeah, stick with me, and hopefully, you know, next video is going to be Vice City, and we'll see you guys in that review.